Yo.
Alrighty, and we are live. Welcome to Off the Ball Network Nightly Chatter. We are getting into some topics tonight on the NFL playoffs. We definitely got into it even before we went live here, so this is definitely going to be a contentious evening of debate. I'm going to welcome all of the guests to the stream. I'm Kenneth Cotterill, host of the Competitive Hedge podcast. I got Mo Up in Flames Murphy. How you doing, buddy?
All good, bro. Ready to get this conversation going.
We got Chris LeBron, president of Off the Ball Network. How we doing, bud?
I'm doing good. I'm surrounded by nastiness, but all right, let's do it.
Oh, we're already starting, hey? We also got Rob in the building from FNC Pod. Rob, how we doing?
Oh, I forgot his team's not in the playoffs. Sorry.
Sorry, was this a touchdown or a playoff only stream?
I thought this was playoff only. I wasn't expecting Rob on it. So and he's muted. Oh my rookie.
His audio's gone on.
His team's not in the playoffs. His owner is crap, and his mic doesn't work. Come on now.
I didn't get the memo, guys. I'm sorry.
I wasn't anticipating having this guy on the stream, given that I thought his team was going to be bounced early on. That being Thaddeus Bell. Thad, how we doing, bud?
What's good, man. You know, another week, we still here. And I think this time next week we'll still be playing, so I'm feeling good right 100%. Now. I can't say the same for the Cowboys after they
Pro Bowl, maybe.
I agree.
And we're already starting. And then we've also got Aaron B here from Tacos and Touchdowns. How we doing, bud?
Pretty good. How y'all doing?
Oh, I'm ready to go. So let's we got a couple topics for you here. They're down there in the ticker. We're going to start out with the one that I think we're all going to be in agreement on, which is that Byron Leftwich was fired today by the Tampa Bay Bucks. Pretty surprising, honestly, to see this happen. But Tampa Bay did just get bounced by Dallas last week. So I'm going to start with the non-Dallas fans that got to bounce them. Thad, I'm actually going to go to you first. What do you think of the Leftwich firing? Do you think it was a bad decision?
Yeah, I think it's a bad decision. You know, he's a scapegoat of all the Bucks problems. They have a multitude of problems, starting with the quarterback, the offensive line, the receivers underachieving this year, and the running back room that's not what it once was when Tom Brady first joined. Like I said, he's a scapegoat for all the problems. Maybe he could have called some plays better, but Tom Brady could have held on to the ball longer. He could have not been scared to get hit. The offensive line could have been better. The receivers could have caught the ball. Everybody could have executed better, but you know how it goes in football. They either blame the coach or the quarterback. So nobody's going to blame Tom Brady. He's the greatest ever. Nobody's going to agree that his play dropped off this year. He was always scared to get hit, but this year more than ever. Like, he's just giving up on plays if there's any threat of him getting hit, and Byron Leftwich is the cause for that. Leonard Fournette has gotten worse and worse every year he's been in Tampa. The offensive line, obviously, they had injuries, but your main playmakers, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, weren't what they were in the past. You know, Godwin was coming off of ACL, but Mike Evans had a lot of drops. Him and Brady couldn't get on the same page this year, and, you know, they just pick one person to blame. I think it's bullshit, because where was his credit when the Bucks had a top 5 offense last year and Tom Brady led the league in passing? Where was his credit? But, you know, Brady does everything. It's not the coaches, but when everything's going to shit, they're going to blame the coach. They're going to either fire Todd Bowles, he's more of a coordinator than the head coach, but somebody had to go. It was either Bowles or Leftwich, and, you know, Left had to go. So it's unfortunate. It's bullshit, but I think we all saw this coming when Tom had a mediocre season. They had to blame somebody else but him, because, you know, he's perfect. He can never do nothing wrong. In his 20-plus years in the NFL, you know, it's all been him. No coaching, no Belichick, no Josh McDaniels, all Brady. So somebody's going to get blamed. It wasn't going to be him. So, yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's BS as well. I mean, Tom, 66 passing attempts the other night. They were trying to kill the man.
Tom Brady's fault, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Tom Brady's fault.
Yeah, exactly. So, Chris, what do you think of it since you're chiming in?
I guess it was Tom Brady's fault. They had thrown the ball 66 times. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It's like they weren't good. But like I don't think everyone's not blaming Tom Brady, but like he threw the ball 66 times in a playoff game. His offensive line's trash. I mean, I'd be afraid to get hit too if I knew I had to drop back 66 times. But you knew this was gonna happen. Like, Tom Brady's probably gone, so they're just trying to clean house. They probably should just fire Bowles too if they're just gonna do all that. Because like we said, Bowles is probably just a coordinator at best, and he was there when, you know, they made the changes when coach retired. So like it's not really shocking. I'm sure Byron's going to pick up. He'll either be a quarterbacks coach or OC somewhere. So he'll get a job real quick. He's a good coach. I mean, we were talking about him potentially being a head coach coming into this year. So he'll bounce back. It's unfortunate, but Tampa Bay looks like they're going in a different direction, and they probably just want to clean house. But unfortunate, but he'll bounce back. So it's what we see in the NFL. So it's not shocking, but a little disappointing because I do like Leftwich, but it is what it is.
Rob, what were your thoughts when you first heard of the Leftwich firing?
Come to Washington, come to DC, because it is BS at the end of the day. Because again, he, like everybody has said so far, he is a scapegoat. Todd Bowles just is not a good head coach. We saw that 4 years in with the Jets, and the 1 year here, we see that he's not a good head coach. He's just a coordinator, and some people are just coordinators. Nothing wrong with that. Coordinators still make Sorry. Did you at least hit the?
I just gave up an and one. I'm sorry. And they called. I didn't know. The controller talks. I don't know how to shut it off. So my bad. I had everything on mute. I'm sorry.
And he's a president, so we can't even say anything.
I'm up 14. If it helps. I'm down 14 too. So.
I forgot where I was at, but
Byron Leftwich.
Byron Leftwich there's nothing wrong with just being a coordinator in this league. They still make a ton of money. Still a good living. But Todd Bowles should have been the one to go. The only thing I question though is how much control Byron Leftwich had over the offensive personnel going into this season. Like how much of a say? You think he has zero? I mean, Todd Bowles is a defensive coordinator, so who are you gonna? Why would you not entrust your offensive coordinator to make some of the offensive personnel decisions?
Because you entrusted the greatest quarterback of all time to make that happen. Just like the offense completely changed from Bruce Arians' offense to Tom Brady's offense after the first 5 games of the season with the Bucs. They were trying to play that no risk it, no biscuit that they was playing with Jameis, and Tom Brady kind of took over, and that's when you started seeing the quick passes and all that. He has all the say-so in that organization, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And for me, that's why I think it's BS, because they ran it back with the team that Tom Brady wanted. Leonard Fournette was there because Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with him and wanted him. Rashad White, I don't know if Tom Brady made the call to draft him. That was a late draft pick, whatever. I wouldn't say he made the call like, yeah, I want that running back. But Leonard Fournette was on that roster because of Tom Brady. Leonard Fournette looked like he didn't belong on anybody roster this year. He looked old, and I know like in running back years, he's old. But he's not really that old. But he's old in running back years. He's had a lot of beating on his body. They had the receivers. I know his offensive line got beat up. And as a coordinator, as a quarterback, as a head coach, you can't prevent injuries. Like, it's not like he called crazy plays and these guys got hurt. But at the same time, like, to fire your offensive coordinator because of injuries is, and I know Tom Brady's probably not going to be there, so they're trying to clean house, but clean house of what? Like Dad said, like, as an offensive coordinator, this guy's won a Super Bowl, been to a Super Bowl. Like, he's been to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl. He won the division 3 times as an offensive coordinator. Tom Brady led the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns, and nobody was talking all that hoopla about Byron Leftwich should be gone when they had one of the top 5 offenses in the league last year. So with injuries and everything, and Tom Brady another year older, and we're moving into the era of mobile quarterbacks 100%. And I'm not saying you got to be Jalen Hurts or Justin Fields, but you can't be Tom Brady or Mac Jones in the pocket. So you're bailing out Byron Leftwich. He's going to get a job pretty quickly. Like you're going to hear about tomorrow. He's got 3 or 4 interviews set up. He's going to get a job fairly quickly. I think Pittsburgh wish they would have decided to move on from Matt Canada, because I really could see him there. You know, he has ties with Mike Tomlin and stuff, but I just think the whole scapegoat thing, and it's not just with Leftwich, it's when a coach is scapegoated due to bad performance of teams. Like, I think it's always bullshit, but that's the business. You know, that's the nature of the beast. That's the business of the game. Business of the game. He's not the first, and he won't be the last. So, you know, just
real quick, just to add. Most said it's scapegoating a lot of times in place of oftentimes the head coach. It's like in Washington right now. Ron Rivera should be the one that's fired. whole thing should be blown up. But because the offense struggles so much, and Ron Rivera's a defensive-minded head coach, you blame the offensive coordinator, which rightfully so. He's a terrible offensive coordinator. He's not a good play caller. He's not a very dynamic in what the NFL is today in play calling. You look at somebody like Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur. You look at Zach Taylor when he was a quarterback's coach and on the offensive side of the ball in LA. Same thing with Sean McVay. They're creative. They come up with motions and they're able to really get on the same page with the quarterback. Scott Turner, he's very vanilla, is very, very predictable. That was one thing that all the players said. So that's oftentimes going to be the person that gets fired over the head coach. But I think Byron Leftwich will end up. I think he might wait until after the season's over, after the Super Bowl's done, because he might be able to wait until one of these Super Bowl contenders loses their OC to a head coaching job in one of these other vacancies. He might slide in.
Yeah,
imagine him with Josh Allen.
Yeah, maybe he'd stop turning it over so much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Tampa banged up O-line all year. They didn't have a wide receiver that played a full schedule. Tom wasn't great. He definitely didn't want to be hit out there. That was very obvious, especially in that last game. Aaron, final thoughts on this one. What do you think of the firing?
Yeah, it's kind of a little rough to piggyback. You basically just repeating what everybody's saying, but it's all good. But honestly, I think he should have got at least one more year before you just fire a guy. Like I was saying, you have the offensive line that was injured, and you're basically just a pass-heavy offense because the running game was zero. Leonard Fournette had one of his worst seasons with Tampa, and Ricard Wright, he wasn't really doing anything. So I think honestly he should have got at least one more year out of it. And it's just part of the game is just like when the season goes down, is like somebody's gonna be the sacrificial lamb. And this year for Tampa Bay was Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He'll definitely get picked up somewhere for sure, and I think it'll be very, very soon. Now, we've chatted about the one topic that I think is going to have the least amount of contention that we're going to have here, but we wanted to rank the final 8 quarterbacks in the playoffs because we've got some superstar QBs. No quarterback left in the playoffs is over the age of 30, which is pretty crazy. It feels like it's a young man's league now. So we're going to start at 8. We're going to work our way down. We're going to see how biases fit into this. I'm sure that's definitely going to be a thing when you've got 5 of the 6 guys on here have playoff teams still competing for the Lombardi. So let's start at 8. Let's start with you know what? We'll go to Prez first. You know, he's the one that runs this whole shindig. So Prez, who's the worst quarterback left?
The worst quarterback is Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Let's get this out of the way. Is there anybody who doesn't have him at 8?
I mean,
I don't.
He's not worse. I mean, he's the worst one right now.
Brock Purdy didn't throw 4 interceptions.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So to clarify.
Okay, so I'm basing off my list just off like who I think is the best quarterback, not based off like who's playing the best, because that's a whole different thing, man.
But it has to at least be in your head.
Okay, but like Trevor Lawrence, all right, and I've gotten on Trevor Lawrence's ass for a lot, but like, yes, he threw 4 interceptions, and that's not good, but he also threw 4 touchdowns and helped them have one of the biggest comebacks in NFL history. So like,
right, but
yeah,
had he not thrown 4 interceptions,
but that's not all on him though. Like that wasn't just strictly all on him. Like we know that
picks.
like
there were some pretty bad throws.
Oh no,
no.
Those
picks were all on him. I will
first
say
2 weren't, but I can sit here and argue all day. The first 2 weren't, but y'all go ahead.
It wasn't all on him. No, like we know
he's
that.
not the worst quarterback.
You just can't look at the interceptions and be like it's just all. And I'm the biggest Lawrence critic, but like Brock Purdy is the worst. So I'm sorry.
I'm not saying
we don't know what he's gonna do under pressure. Like the next week, he could look like the worst quarter. He could look like a 7th round last pick in the draft, and then
you're right.
Like,
he could.
Stupid. So like,
I'm not saying to look at just at the 4 interceptions.
Lawrence could have folded. He could have folded in 4 interceptions and that.
Absolutely
he bounced back. You got to give him credit for that.
Here's my thing. I'll say this and I'll be done with it for the most part. I base my rankings off of who you are, somewhat of a legacy, how you played regular season, but how you played in this first weekend of playoff games matters to me. It does. And I get it. T-Law threw 4 touchdowns, biggest comeback, but had he not thrown the 4 interceptions, even let's say 2 of them weren't on him. Let's just say the 2 interceptions were on him. That's still, 2 more than Brock Purdy threw? Brock Purdy didn't put his team in a position to have to come back, to have to do the biggest comeback in NFL playoff history.
Well,
that's my thought process.
10 times better offensively. And,
true.
You got to factor that in. Like, he has
True.
George
You're
Kittle
right.
and a run game and the receiver, the offensive line, like the defense, and they were playing the Seattle Seahawks.
You're right.
You got to factor some of that in. But he could have folded easily and they could have lost by 50. But they didn't. They won the game, and we're talking about them this week. So I don't think you could put Trevor Lawrence last. That's my opinion. But I have Brock as the last quarterback.
Brock played great last week. 332, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I'm just saying he did play very well last week in a division playoff game that couldn't have been an easy one for sure going up against Pete Carroll. So
and what's one of the most common phrases we hear in the NFL? It's hard to beat a team twice, let alone 3 times in one season.
Yeah, but it's the Seahawks.
But it was Seattle.
It was the Seattle Seahawks.
It's still
that's such a lame thing to say.
We talk about all the time. Division games throw records out the window. Mo, you saw that in week 18. Division games, playoff games. And Seattle hung in there for a little bit. They didn't just fold off rip. They held in there for a little bit.
They were in there for a cup of coffee, and then they showed how they played the last end of the season is how they played in the playoffs. Like they teased you and maybe the Seahawks are going to be really good this year. Nah, they
that was more than a cup of coffee. That was at least a lunch. Like they were in it for
lunch-ish.
They had a scone. They had a scone.
They had a scone
were in for
with
brunch.
The coffee. They thought about lunch, but then they said, "No, I'm good." And then
they had somewhere else to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody else has Purdy at 8, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so we ain't even got to talk about 8 no more because we know who Rob 7 is now. So
okay, so let's move to number
30 at 7.
Rob,
I got Purdy at 7.
Okay.
Dad,
who's your 7?
You're talking to me. My 7th is obviously Daniel Jones. But before we go forward, this is based off the entire season and the playoffs, or just last Saturday?
So whatever you think.
Yeah.
I'm doing the whole season.
All
right, whole season. Daniel Jones. He was great on Sunday. He was 75% of the reason that they won the game. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. He was great using his legs and didn't turn the ball over. He played a clean game, and he's been playing well with Dayball, but he could have easily choked in his first playoff game, and he was ready for the moment. So Daniel Jones, number 7, though, but he's playing real well right now.
Aaron, where are you going?
I'm going with Daniel Jones too. He's a part of the Giants system this year, so I got him at number 7.
Mo, are you going down the Giants hate train as well?
No, I got Trevor Lawrence at 7. So there is a difference between putting him at 7 and 8. Because I think 4, 5, 6, and 7. No, listen. I think 4, 5, 6, and 7.
You just killed Rob for him having him at 8. Because we are spot low.
It's not even about the one spot. It's about the person at the one spot. Brock Purdy is not even in the same lane as any of these 7 other quarterbacks. I don't care about him playing in the system of Kyle Shanahan. If everybody said, I'm going to take one of these quarterbacks on my team, nobody's taking Brock Purdy. That's my point of 4, 5, 6, and 7 on my list. You could argue it, and I'd listen to you. I'm not listening to Brock Purdy being better than any of those dudes. Yes, Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions. Yes, the comeback was great. But Daniel Jones down the stretch has been playing better. And I think Daniel Jones, for the lack of weapons that he has, bro, and where he's at going to the playoffs and winning a playoff game, Daniel Jones would scream for Christian Kirk, Zay Jones. He wouldn't scream for Evan Ingram. We've seen that experiment. But I think Brian Daboll would be screaming for it, and it would look totally different. He would be screaming for every weapon that Jacksonville has besides running back. He's content with his running back. His offensive line is decent, but he has no weapons. He made a household. He took a guy named Isaiah Hodgins. What college did he go to?
Isaiah, get the name right, bro. Come on.
Whatever. I don't care.
What's a Isaiah?
I said Isaiah. I was just breathing heavy.
It sounds like someone that just crossed the border.
Oh, what college did he go to? What was he drafted in? How long has he been in the league? You can't tell me. Darius Slayton is at the bro. I'm just saying. Is that 7? But it's close to my 6. It's close to my number 6.
Oh, you being mad at me for having Trevor Lawrence or Brock Trevor Lawrence at 8. No. Let me finish. It's like the teams when Jeff would come out with his rankings and be like, oh, they don't belong at 16, they're 15. Like at the end of the day, Brock Purdy still played better. You still have to take into consideration the game they just played.
So Washington Commanders can pick a quarterback right now based off of this season. Who you taking? You want Brock Purdy to be your quarterback or Trevor Lawrence? I know. Give me the answer. I know.
Long term, I will take Trevor Lawrence, but Brock Purdy played better on set.
With your team right now, you
Brock
taking
Purdy might be the best quarterback in Washington Commanders history right now.
In Commanders history, for sure. I don't know about the entire.
He'd have the best win percentage for sure. It's not even a close second, but
he might make the Hall of Fame with them. Ring of honor.
Okay, so
but you still got to look at the way they played this past weekend.
So, given you're the Giants fan, are you also going the Mo train of putting T-Law at 7?
No,
bro,
no.
So even the Giants fan didn't put Daniel Jones.
I'm putting Daniel Jones in this spot.
I thought he was finna say Dak, and I was finna get mad. I was going to go.
Okay, so I did have. I would have put Trevor here, but I still would rather have Trevor Lawrence over Daniel Jones. And that's, like I said, I am not a big Trevor Lawrence fan. You know, I did call him mid for, even midway through the game. But he showed a lot. I like a quarterback like that. He showed a lot in that because, like you said, he could have folded 4 interceptions. It's hard to bounce back from that. And then down, 4 touchdowns, whatever they were down, he could have folded. And I got to give a guy credit, even though the Chargers should be, contracted from football because what they did was should be illegal. And that needs to be talked about more. Their coach should be getting fired, not Barrett Leftwich. Brandon Staley should be out of here. But yeah, I got Daniel 7th. I rather put Dayball is 7th. It should be higher. Like this is all Dayball. Dayball should be is number 1 coach on this list. If we did a coaching rankings, he's number 1. That's my dad. I love him. But yeah, Daniel Jones is 7th because I think a lot of it is his legs. There's still stuff throwing wise that he needs, and obviously the receivers are kind of the receivers core is not good at all. And I wish we did have Evan Ingram because Evan Ingram with Brian Daboll would look like, an all pro because he had Joe Judge, and I'm so sorry, Evan Ingram. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. You had to go through Joe Judge, but yeah, I'm gonna put my guy Danny Dimes 7th. Just humble him. I want to humble him too, so that's another reason why I want to humble him.
I was gonna put Isaiah Hodgins here. But,
Isaiah, what the hell is Isaiah, bro?
Isaiah.
And Isaiah.
No, I got Daniel Jones at 7. I can forgive the 4 picks in the first half because he was just that special in the second half, and part of it's on the Chargers, part of it's on the defense playing great in the second half, but takes a lot to throw 4 picks and then bounce back and win a playoff game like that. So I'll give him some credit. And then I got T-Law though at 6 because I can forgive him, but I can't forgive him enough to put him top.
No, I have him 6 too, just to make it easy. I have T-Law at 6.
So I'm assuming, unless someone's really going off the board here, does anyone not have if you had T-Law at 7, you've got Jones at 6 or vice versa? Is anyone going crazy here?
Probably, right?
No, I have Jones at 6.
Yeah, I got Jones at 6.
I got
my 6 is different though than you guys.
Okay.
I'm Jalen.
Yeah, you know I'm disappointed in you, Mo, for putting them 7. You gotta put your headphones back on real quick.
I think his do-rag is too tight.
Listen. Purdy and Daniel Jones, if they got asked to do what Trevor Lawrence has to do, for us to win and for us to advance, he has to be the best player on our team. He's not a game manager. All Daniel Jones is doing is throwing RPO slants and drags. Am I right, Chris? I see about 15 RPOs per game.
Yeah, essentially. With the receiving core we have, that's all you can do. You can't do
anything. He doesn't have Christian Kirk or Zay Jones or Ingram, though.
Hold on. They ball scheming, so you're right. But Trevor Lawrence is asked to do more than any of those quarterbacks, and he's played better than them. I know he had a bad playoff game, but before that, since week 9, he was like 16 touchdowns to 2 picks, best completion percentage in the league. I don't even care about all that stuff. But, yeah, he was asked to do way more, and I get it. Brock Purdy's playing well, but he has a superstar team, the best left tackle in the league, one of the best all-purpose players in Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, the best run game play caller in the league, the best defense in the league. He has all that. He doesn't have to do much, but just not fuck it up. So that's the reason why I have T-Law in front of them. But should I go with my 6? I didn't mean to go in that little.
Yeah, who's your 6?
Yeah, Mr. Mid, Dakota Rain Prescott.
Yeah, I love this version of Thad.
If we disregard the playoff game, is he not 6? Was he playing good football before the playoff game? He threw. Hold on. I'm gonna let you go. I promise you, I'm gonna let you go. He's thrown picks in every single. He's led the league in picks since he came back. He missed 5 games and he was leading the league in picks. So if he would have played all of them, he would have been in the Jameis territory with about 20 picks. Am I right? He wasn't playing good. I like that. But if we're
That took the longest nap. He took a 4-day nap and was ready to fire. I love it.
Y'all tried my quarterback, so I had to. But this
I believed in all time. Pat. I always believed in Trevor
I think Dakota 6. Like if you guys weren't Cowboys fans, I don't know how Ken feels, but Dak hasn't been playing good this year. I don't. In what world?
You see Mo set.
Say that he's played better than Trevor this year. Like, can we be for real?
Mo just blocked that on Twitter.
Oh no, he can be upset if he wants. He's not playing better than Trevor right now. Like
he's very Mo set.
I didn't block him.
No, I'm done. You can go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
My 6 is. Wait, are we on 6 right now? We're on 6 right now because of that.
7, then 6.
Dakota 6.
Okay, so Dakota led the league in picks, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
He did.
Since he came back.
Since he came back, Dallas has what number offense?
Okay.
1. I know. Thank you.
No. Listen.
Number 1, I know.
There because of Tony Pollard and Zeke. What are you, bro? He's turning over the ball. That. He's putting the ball in harm's way.
Tony Dorsett Pollard. There we go. I like that one. Okay.
Dorsett Pollard.
All the games you lost. Show me.
I heard that one.
The reason you guys lost all those games.
Mo's about to get he's about to subscribe to analytics.com and get all the stats.
He just re-upped his athletic subscription.
Dak is $1, Mo. It's only $1 this month.
No. Dak has thrown multiple touchdowns in every game except one, and that was when he had a stinker against Washington. Yes, did he throw a pick in those games as well? Yes, he did. Multiple touchdowns, always over 200 yards easily, clears 200 yards every time. He's put up 49, 28, 40, 28, 54, 27, 34, 40, 27, and then 6. He had a stinker, and then he puts up 31, accounted for every touchdown that Dallas had against the Bucks.
We're not talking about the playoff game.
No. I just went
and he threw all the touchdowns.
In that stint that he threw 4 and ran 1 in. He accounted for literally every touchdown. But that's just the last game. They go 8-2 in the stretch. He hurts the team so bad that even when he throws a pick, they go 8-2. Their defense went from top 5 to barely top 12. So their defense took a dip in the stretch where Dak was throwing interceptions. He goes 8-2. 8-2 in this record. He's playing so bad that he goes 8-2. He's still top 12 in QBR, even with leading the league in interceptions. So it's not Jameis territory because Jameis was bottom 5 in QBR, throwing 30 picks. So
he led the league in TDs. Keep going. Now.
You gotta make. But Jameis led the league in TDs, led the league in picks, and was bottom 5 QBR for that simple fact. Dak Prescott, top 12 in QBR for the simple fact, even when he's throwing picks, he's still making great plays. And then, yes, I am going to get analytics because of his leading interceptions, 7 of those, half of his interceptions were considered throws on non-turnover worthy plays. Thad, you know what that means, bro.
You got Mo to use analytics. You got it.
Listen, you know what that means, Thad. You know exactly what that means. Yes. When a quarterback, and you said it, he said it in his argument. He said, I shouldn't kill T-Law for them 4 picks because 2 of them wasn't his fault. 7 of his league-leading 15 were not his fault. They were touched off the receiver's hands. So half those picks shouldn't even been thrown. The Noah Brown one for the pick 6 to end the game. That's Dak's fault? No, he threw to a wide open Noah Brown who couldn't catch the ball. Dak Prescott is Daniel Jones is not better than Dak Prescott. Brock Purdy is better
Trevor Lawrence is better, and he's playing better than him.
No, he's not.
I guess
he's not.
It's a little biased, and I guess not. You're right.
Dak has first off, picks haven't been in his DNA. So this bad stretch of football, okay, he's had a bad stretch, but picks aren't in his DNA. He has a better quarterback touchdown to interception ratio than Patrick Mahomes. He's nowhere near better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying picks aren't in his DNA. He damn sure has one better than Josh Allen, for sure, because that's it. Turnovers have been in his DNA since he's been in the league. Bro, Dak is better than Trevor Lawrence. In 3 years from now, it could be a totally different conversation. But even with all that, everybody talks about Trevor Lawrence bouncing back, throwing 4 picks in a game, turning around and bringing his team back. Dak threw interceptions every game, cost him the game against the Packers. I'll give you that. Cost him another game against Washington. So all that, he has to hear all that for 8 weeks. And then he turns around and literally has a flawless game, and that doesn't matter. Oh, we're not going to give him credit because it's against the Bucs, but we're going to be on Daniel Jones nuts against one of the worst defense in the playoffs of the Minnesota Vikings. And I think Daniel Jones played really good, but you're not going to kill Dak and then tell me like, oh, but Daniel Jones was absolutely amazing. Dak had to go out there, no turnovers, which has been in his DNA the past 5, 6, 7 weeks, and played literally a flawless game, showed you who Dak can be at his best. And it's not like we haven't seen that form of Dak before in his career. Just this stretch, now we're just going all out on this is Dak's DNA now. Hell no, he's better than Trevor Lawrence right now. Trevor Lawrence got to get in there a couple more years. I'm telling you, Trevor Lawrence better play elite against Kansas City, boy, because I know my dog Dak coming on Sunday. So Trevor Lawrence better show up on Saturday. He better show up on Saturday.
I specifically said that I'm not going just off the playoff game. If we were, he would be above Trevor. But I'm just going based off of this year and the last half of the year. Going into the year, Dak was better, but as we got to week 17, I just feel like Trevor was better.
But I know he threw interceptions, but he still had the number one offense when he took over for Cooper Rush. The same people that was calling for Cooper Rush is better than Dak. The offense.
Nobody that I know of.
I'm saying people. There were people out there. I'm not saying you. Nobody in here was dumb enough to say that. But were they? But I'm saying he comes back and leads them. They were the number one offense in football in that stretch where he's throwing interceptions. You can't have a quarterback who's not any good throwing picks and lead the best offense when he returns. There's a reason why we went from middle of the pack offense and an elite defense to having an elite offense because of Dak Prescott. When he is the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, every year while he is quarterbacking, they are a top 5 to 7 offense every year of his career when he is the quarterback.
All right, Mo, I'm a Dallas fan, and I'm already sick of this now. So, like, we can.
First of all, we set history because this man to the left of me on the screen, right? To the left, hates analytics, and Thad got him so mad that he downloaded he downloaded the latest analytic app, and he spread a bunch of analytic stuff that he would never use. Dad, you win. I'm so happy the Jaguars came back. I always believed in them.
No, you're not.
He signed up for that app, and Mo didn't even go free trial. Like he already.
No, he bought it. He bought the free subscription full year because he's gonna wait until next week to use it again and all that.
No, it's just, bro. That gets so disrespected for no reason, bro.
We'll have another show sometime next week, and we'll be able to talk about it after we move on to Buffalo.
Okay. So now that we're moving on, I think we have everyone 6, right?
Yeah, Aaron, who's your 6? Daniel Jones or Trevor Lawrence?
No, man, I was looking at. I had Hurts at number 6.
Oh, okay. Oh, God!
Wow!
Hey, throw another thing in the.
Oh, this
I was being petty as hell on that one.
Oh my God!
So who you had? You had Purdy 8, and who was 7th for you, Aaron?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, Hurts. Okay.
So T-Law better than Hurts.
Oh.
Hell no.
Hey, if you believe it, you believe it. Don't let them influence you.
No, stick with
Hurts. No, Aaron, we don't do that.
I ain't got a much better. Stick with Hurts at 6.
All right, stick to your guns. All right, so we got everyone 6.
I'll stick to it.
Yeah.
6, we're good.
We're at 5.
Let's move on to 5. Chris, who's 5?
Damn, who is 5? Jalen Hurts.
I got Jalen Hurts at 5.
Jalen Hurts is 5.
Y'all are trying him.
Yeah.
I got Hurts at 5.
It's kind of crazy because I can't believe I actually have that guy next. But yeah, I have Jalen 5. I guess this is more for me like how more like a trust, who I trust most, maybe, more than like who I think is the best. I think I did it more of trustworthy. So, I got Hurts 5th. He's been good this year. If you want to, he's been really good this year and all that. But I have him 5th. I could have him higher. Maybe you guys have him higher, but I have him 5th.
I've just seen Hurts in one playoff game in his career so far, and he wasn't that great.
Yeah.
I watched.
I know that it's his rookie year and everything, but or second year, but I don't know. I don't trust him yet. Like, if he goes out and he dominates the Giants, then we're probably talking about a different list here. But he was also hurt towards the end of the year as well, which kind of hurt his case. No pun intended.
Yeah, the shoulder hurt him.
Nice.
It really hurts him.
No,
I have Josh Allen at 5, only because Josh Allen.
What?
I
Because
knew
again,
this list was gonna have us going crazy.
Darn it!
because again, I still take into consideration the way they just played 5 days ago. You guys all want to go off just what they've done, in high school, which is all fine. That's your list. You guys want to do that. I still have to go off of the way they play, what they showed me 5 days ago. And Josh Allen hasn't been the Josh Allen, the $800 million quarterback we all thought he was going to be when he signed the contract. He's been an above average, but he hasn't gotten to that Patrick Mahomes level. I would say Joe Burrow is closer to being in that Pat Mahomes level than Josh Allen is right now. And again, Josh Allen did not play great against the Miami Dolphins team, who was kind of depleted.
And they just fired their defensive coordinator to the Dolphins.
Right. Running on a third-string quarterback. Like, that game should not have been close. Let's be honest. That game should not have been as close as it was. The Dolphins should not have been leading at any point during the game. And it looked like a real possibility they might actually win the game. So that is why I have Josh Allen at 6. He did not play well.
Is 6?
No, 5.
5. I'm sorry. 5.
Okay,
Keep trying to move Daniel Jones up.
But if we're killing Josh for last week, because I agree he wasn't great last week. He had a lot of turnovers. Joe didn't play great last week either.
No, the Ravens would have won that game with Lamar.
Yeah, like the Ravens, exactly. That's
we're also talking about the fact that the Ravens are on the goal line and his defense scoops and scores, and that's the difference in the game. So I get it because he wasn't great and they should have blown out Miami, but in the same sense, the Bengals should have blown out Baltimore last week. Should they not have?
Yes.
Realistically, yeah.
Yes. Yes, but Joe Burrow did not put his team in a position to have to come back.
Okay. I mean, I'll also say this much. I wouldn't have had either of these guys this low, so they would have been a little bit higher on my list. So I'm kind of nitpicking here with that one, but I don't know. I think, he was bad. He's kind of had turnover issues this year, but
because he don't have his day ball there. I think the day ball effect is a real thing. No. I'm not even saying that, but
I believe it.
We have a day ball ticker of how many times we
look how good he was under day ball, and then with Ken Dorsey. And I love Ken Dorsey,
but he has taken. I will say this though, and this is where I have a certain guy over him now. But he's taken a slight step back, and all the numbers don't necessarily support it, but we all watch football. And so, we know, this is not the same Josh Allen as last year. You don't trust Josh Allen to get in a shootout with Mahomes like you did last year, even though it can happen because he still got the same weapons, but he was 7th in passing yards this year. That was a drop down because he was top 3 or 4 last year. 30th in interceptions because he threw 14 this year. He is a turnover machine. And on top of that, he had 16 fumbles lost this year. He's got 30 turnovers altogether this season. Lost. He has 30 turnovers altogether this season. So he is a turnover machine. He's kind of always been that, but he always can make up for it because at the end of the day, the man is uber talented, big arm. He got weapons. He could do all that. He has taken a step back, but not, to me, still not that big of a step back to where Because
his
you
year
got him at 5, so you got what? Never mind. We'll see at 4. But
is his year this year not kind of comparative to what Mahomes did last year, where it feels like where it feels like they just kind of get comfortable because they know that they can pour on 35 on anybody.
No, I think last year Patrick Mahomes, and I said this last year, Patrick Mahomes was a victim of his own success, where a lot of people were just bored with him. Like, okay, another no-look touchdown pass. Cool, he does this every week.
But didn't he
I think that's
last year.
No, the first half of the year he was turning the ball over, but the second half,
like the first 5 or 6 games, and it was like, oh, Mahomes isn't the best, and that's when a lot of people started, riding.
I mean, Allen's doing it to a worse extent, turning it over than Mahomes did. But the comparison I'm saying is that like they just get so comfortable with the fact that they feel like no matter where they're at in the game.
But also with Josh Allen, he's also their like best running back too, so he has to do a lot. More than Patrick.
This is the best running game they've ever had, though. I will say that, though.
Yeah.
But still, like he's the focal point of the run. I mean, they do a lot of running the ball with him. So he has to do a lot on his hands.
He can't become a victim of his own success. He ain't won shit.
That's the thing, though. Like, yeah, he hasn't.
I know. I'm not comparing success here.
I know what you're saying. They get comfortable, but to me, you got to win something to get comfortable. He hasn't.
And
like
that's what worries me about Buffalo is that they've got comfortable.
They were
everyone's like preseason crowned them as the best team in the league,
which was crazy to me. But they were deemed Super Bowl.
Don't get me wrong. I went and put money on the Bills to win the Super Bowl at the start of the year, so like I'm guilty of it too. But,
I had them in the Super Bowl, so
and that was crazy. They were such heavy favorites coming into the season. And I'm like, this is a team that hasn't even been to a conference championship, let alone a Super Bowl, let alone had real success. Like, so what makes you think that they're going to be Super Bowl champs? Like, we're just counting out the 2 teams that was in the conference championship last year.
Losing Tyreek for, I think people thought the Tyreek loss would be bigger than what it really was.
Yeah, I just knew they had that bad boy number 1.
They still got 15 on the team.
I don't care who they got at this point. Look at their receiver group now. I don't care who they got.
Yeah, but they still got 15 there. So that all that really matters. Like losing Tyreek sucks, but like they still got the best quarterback in football, there. So that's
okay. So who's everyone else got at 5? I said Hurts. You said Hurts.
I got Trevor at 5.
Okay, you've got Trevor at 5. Mo had Hurts at 5, correct?
Yeah.
Aaron,
I think Aaron low-key is a Jaguar. Didn't he have the Jaguars like 5th in like the power rankings he did?
Yes, he did.
I knew I was gonna get that.
The first drive he sent me, he had him at 0.
It's a league of their own.
Okay, so who's your 5, Aaron?
I got Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Oh no, you said 5? Or
yeah.
Was
5.
Oh no, I had Dak at 5.
Oh,
Dakota.
Okay.
Hold on. Where?
All right. So,
number 4.
So now we're gonna head into the top 4, which I thought 3 of these names we were all gonna have in here, but Rob just threw me for a loop. But that's fine. I respect.
That's what I'm here for.
I respect it for the turnovers and holding him accountable.
Why did I do that?
All right, so number 4, I got Dak.
Yeah, I got Dak.
Who do I have?
I got Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I got Jalen Hurts number 4.
I can respect that. Like, I can respect having Hurts over Dak.
Who the hell did I have?
Rob,
I have Hurts at 4.
Hurts at 4. Okay.
I have Dak at 4.
Oh, Dak in the top 4. You're showing
for a Giants fan. He knows what he's watching, man.
I know what I'm
doing in the past 5 years.
I know what I'm doing too.
The past 6 years, man. He know what he's watching.
Putting it in the air. I'm putting it in the air.
What he's watching.
He's putting it in the air for the letdown. I know what he's doing here.
I don't care. I don't care.
What he's doing here. Okay. So I think we have everyone's 4. No one's too crazy with their 4. I think now that we're in the top 4, it's pretty. We have almost the
most
same
of our
name.
orders should be the same for the top 3. I think.
I thought it would be either the same or it'd be the same 3 in different order, except number 1.
Well, I think 1 should be consensus. So let's go to 3.
Mine's Josh Allen.
3.
I got
Allen.
Yeah.
I have Josh Allen too.
I got Dakota.
Dakota top three.
Dakota at 3.
That's tough, boy. I couldn't do that.
I didn't want to. And again, y'all going off of Pop Warner stats. I'm going off of NFL stats. He played great on Monday night. Given it was against a busted up Tampa Bay defense, less than what we're used to. But at the end of the day, those dudes are still professional athletes. They still get paid millions of dollars to not play 2K on a live stream. They get paid millions of dollars.
And one. And I'm only down 18 now.
They get paid millions of dollars to play football, and Dak still carved them up. Yes, to Mo's point earlier, almost half of his interceptions have been ones where they hit receivers in the hands. Not to say he's completely, innocent of putting this team in bad positions, but almost half have been on receivers. Like if the NFL still, I'm a proponent of, they need to implement that stat. They need to implement it in and look at it and record it every week, like they do
as wide interceptions. Turnovers. Wide receivers have turnovers.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he played great.
Okay. Dad?
Number 3 for me is Josh Allen.
Aaron?
We thinking the same right there.
I actually messed up on it because when I did the list before, I missed one. I missed one player. I missed them. I'm gonna replay what I had. My number 8 is. I had Purdy, Jones, Lawrence, Hurts, Dak, and I got Allen at number 3.
Okay.
Joshua.
I got Burrow at 3.
Joseph Burrow.
Man, that's tough.
I mean, it could be a toss-up. It's not that far off. Like, late in the year, I had Josh Allen too.
It's arguable. Like, it's definitely like, oh, you're crazy for having Joe Burrow behind Josh Allen. Like, it is arguable. It's just for all the negatives for Josh Allen for me is why, like, I think Joe Burrow, like people were trying to have the Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes debate. I think that debate's over. I think the debate is who's the second best quarterback. And I think it's Joe Burrow. Like, I think that's the debate now is who the second best quarterback in the NFL. And I think it's between Joe Burrow and Josh Allen because who's the best quarterback should not be a debate no more. Like, at least for another year, we should not be having this conversation. And if Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl, then maybe he could jump back in there. But until then, like, you got to show me on Sunday that you're even better than Burrow.
Fair? Yeah. I think Burrow's fine. Like, I mean, he's better than fine. He's top 3. But I don't know. I think Allen can turn it on to another level that I just don't know if Burrow will necessarily. I think that his defense has been really great for him these last couple playoff runs, especially that Kansas City game because, I don't know. I feel like they really helped him out there. So that's why I have him at 3, and then I have Allen at 2. I'm assuming everyone here has Joe Burrow at 2.
Yeah, I got Burrow.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, should he be unanimous this year? I guess is the only question. Should be unanimous MVP.
Yeah. If Hurts didn't get hurt, no. But he was. I think Mahomes was going to win it regardless. But Hurts getting hurt made it unanimous. I think
he still won't get unanimous.
You don't think so? Who's going to get a vote?
He didn't get unanimous All-Pro. And most of them are the same voters who vote for MVP, and he didn't get unanimous at All-Pro. So I'd be.
Who are the 2 All-Pro quarterbacks? It was Mahomes and who else?
Josh Allen.
Josh got over Joe.
No, it was Jalen Hurts, wasn't it? It was Jalen Hurts.
Hurts, I would say, Hurts should have been.
Yeah, because Jalen Hurts got like 1 vote in the All-Pro to be first team All-Pro over Patrick Mahomes. So that's why I think it won't be unanimous because pretty much most of the same voters who vote All-Pro vote for MVP. And so I think if that same person gets a vote, they're going to pick. If you thought he was first team All-Pro, you thought he was MVP. Like that just that wouldn't make sense to me any other way.
My concern is that you're just going to have that 1 or 2 voters that made up their mind at the beginning of December who the MVP was, and they probably thought it was Hurts back then, and they'll just refuse to budge on it at this point, even though, as that said, like he had a legitimate case prior to getting hurt, but Mahomes played the whole year without Tyreek Hill and looked all world. So.
And shut any doubters, like whoever doubted Mahomes.
The weapons arguments just it's gone.
Yeah, he shut all that up.
That's bull crap.
So okay, so we finally got to the end. We got to the end of the ranking the top 8 or the 8 QBs that are left in the playoffs. Now, figured it'd be a little bit of fun to cap it off because Mo is definitely out of line that whole time, and so we need to lighten the mood a little bit with this one. So we're gonna draft our playoff rosters based
I got a
off
few
the
more
players
minutes.
that are okay. So
right.
based off the players that are left in the playoffs. So we're gonna rapid fire this. We're not gonna take too much time on it. We have the draft order ahead of time. So we got Rob drafting at 1, Mo at 2, myself at 3, Thad at 4, Chris at 5, and Aaron at 6. And it is a snake draft format. So,
oh my God,
Rob, you got first pick. Who you taking?
Patrick Mahomes.
Gee, really tough decision.
I really thought he was going to take Brock Purdy. I thought he was going Brock.
Oh no, I want Dallas kicker. Maybe Dallas's kicker.
No, we're not drafting kickers and O linemen. We're going QB, running back, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. So Mo, you.
Well, then if I have to, then I'll take Mahomes. I guess.
Tough decision.
Oh, tough decision.
All right, my turn.
Mo,
Joe
yeah, you're the
Burrow.
one that's got to hurry.
Yeah, give me Joe Burrow.
Oh, Joseph Burrow.
With that, I'll take Josh Allen. Bad.
I don't want to do it, but I'm taking my quarterback. I'm riding with my quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take best receiver.
Love it. He's all in.
Yeah, I'll take Trevor.
Hey, Chris.
Man, you guys take all the quarterbacks.
You can have Dak. You rated him so highly.
Yeah, take that.
No, I'm good.
Oh,
Here
Give
comes
me
Saquon.
oh crap.
He's got that 2K brain going.
Yeah, no, I just came back. I'm only down 10 now. Just got the M1, so might just make it 6 digits. So who all the quarterbacks, right? Josh went, right? Did Josh Allen?
Yeah. Patrick, Joe, Josh.
Patrick,
and
Joe,
T.Y.
Josh. Okay. Give me. You know what? Yeah. Give me that man. Give me Daniel Jones.
Oh, God.
Give me that guy.
Aaron, you're
Give me
up.
the quarterback.
I'm gonna go with Dak.
There you
Hey.
go. See?
Back-to-back picks. Who's your next one?
Ooh, let me
Take
get
another
Kelsey.
quarterback.
Who?
I'm gonna get
Jason Kelsey, the center from the Eagles.
I'm getting Travis Kelsey.
No. You said you didn't. You said Kelly. You said Jason.
I didn't say Jason.
No, I heard Jason. I was
Hey,
pretty
we're in the
sure.
offensive line in this draft.
All right, we're going back to Chris, who's got Daniel Jones. Is he pairing him with his dynamic duo with the Giants?
I'm going Isaiah Hodgins with my second pick. No.
Isaiah?
Give me. You know what? Stick with the Giants. Give me Saquon.
Okay, Saquon. Bad?
Stephon Diggs.
Ooh,
Damn one.
Stephon Diggs, hey? Okay, I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey. Mo?
My turn. CD.
Oh,
Give me my guy. CD.
CD over Jamar.
Give me CD. Damn
all
it.
right. Rob,
Okay.
back-to-back. Who you going?
Chase and AJ Brown.
Oh, with Mahomes? Oh, well, that's over. Daniel Jones really opened things up. Mo, who you got?
I'm trying to think. Who's left? Okay. I don't have a running back. I need another receiver. Man, give me that man. Nobody took T. Higgins, right?
No.
Let me get T. Higgins in.
Okay. We're going
My
to go
turn,
George
right?
Kittle.
I'm going Evan Ingram.
Ooh. Okay. Chris, we're back to you. Isaiah Hodgins or
Did what wide receivers went?
all of them?
All of them, right?
Not all of them, but CD,
Diggs,
Jamar,
T. Higgins,
and,
Chase.
Stephon.
Chase Daniels went.
Yeah.
Gosh
Take
darn it.
that boy. Take that
Don't worry,
boy
take
Christian
your time.
Kirk, man. Take that boy Christian Kirk, man.
Maybe you know what? Give me what's his face on the Cowboys? The wide receiver.
Who?
Ooh.
The good one.
Which
Gallup?
one?
Oh, he's going.
CD's gone.
He went.
Yeah, CD.
Oh,
You damn right, CD gone.
I thought you
CD
was gonna say
gone.
Noah Brown.
I'm down 12 because you guys have messed me up. Give me the Debo go.
Nope.
Nah.
Debo's
give
yours.
Me, give me Debo.
Hey, Aaron, you're up. Back to back.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a wasteland right now at wide receiver.
Yeah. Nobody took Kirk.
Christian
No.
Kirk's yours.
All right. Dang.
I still don't have a wide
I'm gonna go with Tony. I'm gonna get Tony
Who?
Pollard.
Tony Pollard. Okay. All right, Chris, we're back to you. Other end one.
Man, right? Oh man, there's no tight ends. Damn it. No, give me Dallas Goddard.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Chad?
I'm gonna go. I want to go running back over receiver, but I can't. I'm gonna go Devontae Smith.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Boy, what
Another receiver.
a great selection left for me here at wide receiver.
How might have played a game? We're down 12.
Give me Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis.
Mo?
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Somebody tell Etienne?
Hell nah, he was gonna be my pick.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
didn't take
taking
Devontae.
Etienne.
Travis.
Yeah.
Okay. And we are back to Rob for his last two picks. Needs tight end and running back.
Oh, he blocked that. What the fuck? That's some bullshit.
Trying to think of who's all left. Ain't nobody for tight ends.
Nah, the tight ends are done.
Y'all stop.
Dawson Knox.
Y'all stop
Schultz.
trying that boy, man.
Okay. Anybody take Zeke already?
Nope.
No.
I'll take Zeke and Knox.
Knox is a good pick.
My turn?
Yep. Tight end. Probably Dalton Schultz.
Yeah. Give me my boy. Hey man,
All
I gotta
right.
go, bro. I gotta put the kids to bed.
Okay, well, thanks for hopping on, bro.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Last pick for me. Give me Brandon Ayuk.
And all I need is a running back, right? I'm next.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, good
Oh,
pick.
that-
Chris, last pick. You need wide
Oh.
receiver.
I need a wide receiver. Let's see.
Juju? MVS?
Give me Isaiah Hodgins.
You don't want to take
And Aaron,
Galladay?
last pick at wide
Who?
receiver.
Galladay, I need on the bench.
He had a nice little block on Sunday.
He did. He had a monster block. That's the highlight of his,
Aaron, what do
his
you got for
Giants
the last
tenure. he had a good
Who's
block.
that third receiver for the Bengals?
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going
So,
Tyler Boyd.
All right, final rosters. We got Rob, who's got Mahomes, Zeke, Chase, Brown, and Knox. We got Mo with Burrow, Etienne, Lamb, Higgins, and Schultz. I got Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Davis, Ayuk, and Kittle. Thad's got T-Law, Mixon, Diggs, Smith, and Ingram. Chris has got Daniel Jones, Saquon, Debo Samuel, Isaiah Hodgins, and
We're gonna
Dallas
short pass
Goedert.
the crap out of you guys. West Coast offense.
I'll say this much: Chris is hoping that Dayball's his coach for this game.
Yeah, well, that's my head coach. I don't care what anyone says. I'm taking
And
him.
then
I'm trading
Dak,
for him.
Tony Pollard, Christian Kirk, Tyler Boyd, and Travis Kelce to cap it off for Aaron. Thank you, everyone who tuned into the show. Go and check out everybody's shows here. Go and check out our Off the Ball Network store. Chris, any other things that you want to plug for the network?
Just follow the network, OTBN_network on Twitter, offtheballnetwork.com. Check out all the great sponsors on the pages and all that support. Go to the merch store, get some merch and all that good stuff, and follow me Off the Ball Pod and follow all the great people at the network too.
All right. Appreciate all you guys hopping on. It was a ton of fun. Aaron, Thad, Rob, appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time for the Off the Ball Network Nightly Chatter.